Hello friends, welcome to this discussion on current affairs, politics and economy. And when we discuss economy, we'll bring in a lot of banking as well. As usual, we will discuss a lot of questions, about 25 actually, and of these some will be subject of greater focus. So as is the case, I would want you to write as much as you can. So I'm sure that you have pen and paper with you. Please, let's begin with the first question. The Union Ministry of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries is headed by the answers mentioned there, Giriraj Singh, a very controversial politician, Giriraj Singh. Now, what were the choices? The choices: Mahendranath Pandey. You could write this. Mahendranath Pandey dash skill development and entrepreneurship. Skill development and entrepreneurship. ENTREPRENEURship. मैं रिपीट करता हूँ, entrepreneurship. ENTREPRENEURship. Entrepreneurship means starting one's own enterprise, a business person. So Mahendranath Pandey is Union Minister for Skill Development and what is it? Entrepreneurship. Ganjendra Singh Shekhawat, he heads a ministry for Jal Shakti. Then Prahlad Joshi, he heads 3 important ministries. Okay, so one is skill development and entrepreneurship, 2 is Jal Shakti. Prahlad Joshi, Union Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, that's one ministry. Coal, 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 कोयला मंत्री कहते हैं, कोयला मंत्री. And 3 is mines, 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 coal, and closely related, though not related to parliamentary affairs. Coals, mines, and parliamentary affairs, 3 different ministries. Okay, yeah. And what about Mukhtar Abbas? Not Abbad, it should be Abbas, my friends. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, that would be the Minister for Minority Affairs. Okay, I guess that should be it. See, these are all allied sectors of agriculture, animal husbandry, dairying, fisheries, all that stuff. Okay. Debenture holders of a company are its creditors, udhar wale. Please write debenture. Not much to discuss, just that notes will be easy to understand. Debenture, underline that. An acknowledgement, ACNOLE. मैं हमेशा, when I write, I'm quite comfortable. ACNOWLEDGEMENT लिखा है. Acknowledgement, हमेशा पता नहीं ऐसे क्यों होता है. ACNOWLEDGEMENT, an acknowledgement of a debt, 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 उधार. तो क्या होता है कि जैसे आप बैंक जाते हैं, okay? बैंक में आपने FD लगाई, you go to a bank, you put money in an FD, the banker gives you challan. That is a proof. That challan is a proof that you have put money in the bank. In other words, the banker owes you money. Though it's not called a promissory note or what the banker gives you, it just is an acknowledgement that you have put money there. Similarly, let's say you have lent money to someone. Now, it's a commercial transaction. It's not like lending between friends. You lend money to someone. So when you lend money to someone, you would want some kind of proof that you lent money to that person, and you would have the signatures of the two of you. So when you write that this is to certify to whomsoever it concerned that so and so date at so and so time on at so and so place, a loan of 4,400 rupees was made to XYZ. Okay, so that is a proof, that is an acknowledgement, that this document is acknowledgement. So I have lent you money. Similarly, when a company borrows money, the people from whom it borrows are called basically creditors. Udhar wale. Okay. You need to understand that when a company borrows money, it has to pay interest. It has to pay interest. And if it does not pay money on time, then when the company is declared bankrupt and assets are sold, the first claim on the assets of the company will be that of will belong to the will be held by the debenture holders. Those who are the creditors will have the first right, and generally it is the debenture holders. So for for a company it's a liability, normally a liability. See, most companies don't issue debentures these days. Earlier it was the case, nowadays no. They don't acknowledge, they don't normally lend money to, they don't borrow money from the general public. So, but anyway, these are people who borrow and who lend to the company, and for the company they become creditors. Inko paisa chukana hai. Okay. Shareholders are basically owners. They are owners. So the last right on the assets of a company when it's declared bankrupt is that of shareholders. As the owner, I will have the last right, but as you have lent money to me, you have the first right. Okay. So National Unity Day is observed on, it's the birthday of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You could write this. Birthday of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You could write subheading Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Underline that. First point. Born 31st October 1876. 31st October 1876. Okay. Next. Died 15th December 1950. 15th December 1950. 1950. Next. First Deputy Prime Minister of India. I'll give you 3 posts he had. Right. 1. Deputy Prime Minister of India. Deputy Prime Minister of India. Second one. First Home Minister. Home Minister of India. First Home Minister. I'll give you the time when he held his offices. And next, First Commander-in-Chief. First Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Defence Forces, or simply Indian Armed Forces. ARMED, Armed Forces. Indian Armed Forces. Put a bracket to all 3. First Deputy Prime Minister, First Home Minister, First Commander-in-Chief. Okay. Put a bracket and write between 15th August 1947 between 15th August 1947 and December 15th 1950 दिसंबर 15 1950 तक आप भारत के पहले उप प्रधानमंत्री रहे, होम मिनिस्टर रहे, गृह मंत्री रहे और कमांडर इन चीफ। Normally, the commander-in-chief is the president of India, isn't it? But you know, between 15th December, 15th, what we say, August, till, technically speaking, till his death, he was the commander-in-chief. But on 26 January 1950, we had the first president of India. Still, he was not the commander-in-chief. The first commander-in-chief was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Okay. Next. Birthday is observed as or celebrated as. Birthday is celebrated as. Birthday is celebrated as. Birthday celebrated as National Unity Day. National Unity Day. National Unity Day. National Unity Day. Okay, next. Patron saint, P-A-T-R-O-N. Patron saint, patron, P-A-T-R-O-N. Patron saint, S-A-I-N-T, saint of India's civil servants. Civil servants. India's civil servants. India's civil servants. Next. Laid foundation of LAID, laid foundation of All India Services, All India Services, All India Services, underline All India Services, pull it down arrow, right. Where recruitment is made, by central government, but the service, the officers' services, are placed under state governments dash examples, you write IAS, IPS, Indian Administrative Service, comma, Indian Police Service, and Indian Forest Service, Indian Forest Service. Indian Forest Service. Okay, there we go, guys. He's considered the guy who unified modern India, especially at the time of India's independence. There were so many princely states, and he's said to be the guy who brought in everything together. Okay, so that was a little about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and his name is given to the airport in Ahmedabad. If you want to write, you write Ahmedabad Airport is called Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Airport. Hey, you could write one more thing. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium, Ahmedabad. It's a place called Motera, right? Ahmedabad dash world's biggest stadium by seating capacity. I think it's the biggest. Yeah, second is Melbourne. World's biggest stadium by seating capacity. So number 1 is Ahmedabad, number 2 is in Melbourne Cricket Ground, number 3 is Eden Gardens, Calcutta. Chaliye, choices देखते हैं. November 1st, Vegan Day, World Vegan, V-E-G-A-N, Vegan, World Vegan Day. World Vegan Day. World Vegan Day. World Vegan Day. You know, vegan is a kind of diet where people typically abstain from, dairy products, from meats, anything to do with animals actually. So, of course, there are multiple varieties of vegans actually. Some are, they eat dairy products, some eat egg, some eat, they don't eat any kind of, animal protein, or they do not have, anything that has animal protein. They don't take milk, no dairy products. Plus, they also extend that into other parts of life. Like they say that, okay, I'm not going to hold this pen if it's made from some animal thing. Yeah, I mean, they don't buy anything that's leather. Yeah. To each his own. We live in a very different kind of world where people are different. Each one is different. May 11th, National Technology Day. National Technology Day. National Technology Day. National Technology Day. Dash. On this day, comma, in 1998, on this day, comma, in 1998, comma, India tested three nuclear bombs, 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 in 1998, on this day, comma, in 1998, India tested three nuclear bombs. We don't have to write the year again. At Pokhran, Pokharan, Pokhran in Rajasthan. Pokhran in Rajasthan. Full stop. You want to write more? Right. The first time, the two other occasions when India tested nuclear bombs are 18th May 1974, within brackets, first testing, and what is that? And May 13th, 1998. May 13th, 1998. Yes, the second time. May 13th, 1998. You see the first part of the point? What does that say? May 11th, 1998. This is the last point, says May 13th. So within a span of 3 days, we tested twice, and we tested 5 bombs. First time, 3 bombs. May 13th, 2 bombs. When you pronounce the word bomb, the last B, B-O-M-B, the last B is silent. Bomb कहते हैं. कैसे? How do you pronounce it? Bomb. Say it after me. Bomb. Yeah, when we say it after the teacher, we remember better. You remember the school days? When the teacher told us A, B, we were forced to repeat. Now we know that it actually works very well. So, June 21st, International Day of Yoga. International Day of Yoga. International Day of Yoga. International Day of Yoga. Next, September 15th, Engineers Day. Engineers Day. ENGINEER apostrophe S. Engineers Day. Engineers Day. Dash. Birthday of Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. Okay, I'll spell it. Mokshagundam, MokshaGundam, Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, VISW, I repeat, VISWESWARAYA, Visvesvaraya, Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya, comma, Bharat Ratna recipient, I just came to mind, yeah, Bharat Ratna recipient in 1955, and one of the builders of modern India, he is the guy, he is the brain behind, the Krishnarajasagar Dam in Karnataka, the Bhadravati steel plant. Here there is in Hyderabad, there is a flyover named after him. Though of course people don't know, it's called Visvesvaraya flyover because people call it after the area in which it is. Okay. So engineers, he is a role model, guys. He is a role model for you. But very few people know about him. It's unfortunate. So let's go past this and let's have a good look at. Hey, we are in May 1st is Labor Day, International Labor Day, and May 11th is coming up. So is May 13th, that's also coming up. May 22nd, International Biodiversity Day, May 22nd, International Biodiversity Day. May 21st is the birthday of, May 21st is the death day of Rajiv Gandhi, observed as Anti-Terrorism Day. Yeah, May 21st. CFMS is a setup operated and maintained by the RBI to enable operations in current accounts maintained in various offices of the RBI. What does C stand for in CFMS? It is centralized. So it's just not RBI. It's also can be used by it's also used by banks for one particular purpose. You write this. Centralized fund management system. Centralized funds management system. That is CFMS. Centralized funds management system. Centralized funds management system. Okay, just one line. Enables funds transfer between accounts of same account holder at different branches. So if an account holder has multiple accounts in different branches, the money could be transferred easily through the system. Okay. Next. Accounts which show early signs of falling within the standard and substandard categories are called special mention accounts. I want you to write this. Please write. थोड़ा इसके बारे में notes लिखते हैं. Okay, चलिए. क्योंकि because in the past we had taken notes on NPS, we mentioned that NPS are like anything that where no interest or principal is paid for about 90 days after the due date, from the due date, and after that they fall into three different categories. Okay, but between standard and substandard categories there is one particular type, special mention accounts. Please write special mention accounts, underline that, right? Asset or account asset, A-S-S-E-T, asset is the money that's lent, asset or account that shows symptoms, symptoms, symptoms of bad asset quality, bad asset, A-S-S-E-T, asset quality, bad asset quality. In the first 90 days, itself, and before, it can be identified, identified as an NPA, non-performing asset, as an NPA. As an NPA. Okay. Next point. Based on the duration, there are 4 types of SMAs. SMA means special mention account. There are 4 types of SMAs. Underline that. उसके नीचे लिखिए, right below that. 1. SMA-NF. SMA-NF. In brackets, non-financial dash. In this case, non-financial, financial, FINANCIAL, non-financial indicators about asset stress, 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 are considered. It could be multiple factors. It could be overall economic scenario, not just the personal, financial aspects of the person, but a lot of others. Okay. Next, number 2. SMA-0. SMA-0. 0 to 31 days. 0 to 30 days. 30 days. 0 to 30 days. Next, SMA-1. SMA-1 dash 31 to 60 days. 31 to 60 days. So these may fall into bad asset quality day within 31 to 60 days. Okay, last one, SMA-2. 61 to 90 days. 61 to 90 days. Okay. Joko Widodo is the president of. That's Joko Widodo, guys. जो आप देख रहे हैं आपके पता स्क्रीन पे, आप हैं जोको विडोडो और आप हैं प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडोनेशिया के राष्ट्रपति। आप लिखना चाहेंगे कुछ इंडोनेशिया के बारे में? लिखिए प्लीज। इंडोनेशिया, अंडरलाइन दैट फर्स्ट पॉइंट। वर्ल्ड्स बिगेस्ट आर्किपेलागो, वर्ल्ड्स बिगेस्ट archipelago, 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 world's biggest archipelago. If you don't know what's an archipelago, you could write in brackets group of islands. Group of islands. Group of islands. Next. Next point. World's largest island country. World's largest island country. World's largest island country. World's largest island country. Yeah. Now, one of our student friends, one of you had raised this issue. Is this the largest island country? The largest island country is Indonesia, second is Madagascar. Please know that. Okay? Yeah. Number 3. World's 4th most populous country. World's 4th most populous. Populous. Populous country. Next point. World's most populous Muslim country. World's most populous Muslim country. Capital. Jakarta. 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 President, आपका नाम लिखिए. President Joko Widodo. और एक और काम कर सकते हैं आप. If you have written world's largest archipelago, which is I think the first point, in brackets you could write over 13,000 islands. 13,000. Over 13,000 islands. Next. Signed deal. उसके पहले काम कीजिए. करेंसी लिख दीजिए. करेंसी रुपया. RUPIAH. रुपया. अगर आपने जकार्ता लिखा है, you written Jakarta capital ना, in brackets you write just one point, you write head office of capital letters ASEAN. ASEAN. मैं थोड़ा इधर से उधर से लेके आता हूँ. जनरली आदत है मेरी, मैं क्लास में भी जाता हूँ तो I bring in a lot of things that relate to one particular idea. So you can build a story around this. This will help you remember. That's it, nothing else. Jakarta, also the head office of ASEAN. You know the full form of ASEAN, na? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Next, I think that should be fine. Yeah. कुछ और लिखना चाहेंगे आप इंडोनेशिया के बारे में? कुछ है? वैसे कुछ है नहीं. काफ़ी कुछ है, फिर भी कुछ है नहीं. Okay. So, Vietnam. I think we discussed all these countries. Did we discuss all these countries? But I have a map for you. Which I can take you. You see this: Vietnam, Indonesia, Brunei, Malaysia, Singapore. ASEAN के 5 members और 5 है. ये रहा. आप देखिए यहाँ पे. ये देखिए पूरा. ये है इंडोनेशिया. ये इतना पूरा सेम कलर में आप देख रहे हैं. You see this entire, that's all this entire set of islands, same colored islands. You see this? Yes, yeah. This is the island of Timor, Timor. The western part is Indonesia. The eastern part is a separate country called East Timor. One of the youngest countries in the world. If you look at this particular island, which is basically cut in this map, this is New Guinea Island. New Guinea, GIUNEA. The western portion is Indonesia, as you see the same color here. The eastern portion is Papua New Guinea. There is a country called Papua New Guinea, whose capital is Port Moresby, and the prime minister is James Marape. और ये देखिए, ये है मलेशिया. ये आपका मलेशिया. This is Malaysia. See, these are 2 parts. Malaysia. This is peninsular Malaysia. This is peninsular Malaysia. और ये आइलैंड मलेशिया. दिस इज द आइलैंड ऑफ बोर्नियो. ये जो आइलैंड देख रहे हैं आप, ये है बोर्नियो. BORNEO. third biggest island in the world, Borneo, B-O-R-N-E-O. The southern part is Indonesia, the northern part is Malaysia, but within the northern part, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, within the northern part, there is this Brunei. Yes, you see this, यहाँ पे लिखा हमने choice 3 Brunei, छोटा दूसरा देश है Brunei, B-R-U-N-E-I, whose capital is a place called Bandar Seri Begawan. Bandar means port, Porbandar, yeah, means harbor. You know what the funny thing here is? It's one of the world's most richest countries, Brunei. यहाँ के राजा है, सुल्तान है, Muda Hassan al-Wadullah Bolkiah. What is it? Muda Hassan al-Wadullah Bolkiah. Chill, you know that right? ठीक है? तो ये है मलेशिया में फ्रेंड्स. ये जो आप देखिए टिप ऑफ मलेशिया, मलेशिया की एकदम टिप में नीचे से, टिप के नीचे बीच में समुद्र आता है, फिर आइलैंड आता है सिंगापुर. दिस इज सिंगापुर. दिस इज द आइलैंड ऑफ सिंगापुर. ये है आइलैंड ऑफ सिंगापुर. ओके, ये अपना भारत. यहाँ दिस इज म्यांमार, थाईलैंड, कंबोडिया, लाओस, वियतनाम. दिस इज द कंट्री ऑफ फिलीपींस. और ये जो ईस्ट टाइमोर है, यहाँ पे आपको एक राजधानी मिलेगी, दिल्ली, D-I-L-I, दिल्ली. यू कैन से दिल्ली ऑल्सो, नो हार्म. ओके, या. So see, when you have some space, you have some space in the mind to accommodate some work, because see, sometimes we are tired of, we are mentally tired. We are not physically tired. Often we are not physically tired. We are mentally tired. तो आप एक काम कर सकते हैं, mentally tired जब होते हैं आप, तो आप एक एटलस लीजिए. ओके, यू टेक एन एटलस. ओके, टेक एन एटलस, जस्ट मूव योर फिंगर्स. आप किसी राष्ट्र में, यू आर इन स्टेट एक्स, जस्ट लुक अप, वेयर आर यू. ओके, ये आपका स्टेट. ओके, यहाँ पे है वाई प्लेस. Oh, this is Z place. This is a nice place. This is how you do. There's nothing on this paper anyway. This is how you do things. You move fingers. See, I'm familiar with all these countries, all the nations in the world, only for one reason, that whenever I get time, and I have plenty of time, 24 hours in a day is a long time. Don't you think so? So I try and find out things. It's fun. It is fun, my friends. Okay. So आप देखिए, this is China, and all goods that have to go to China have to move through this South China Sea. और ये जो आपका ये है, this is how they move to the Gulf. Okay, यहाँ पे Africa and Europe, because otherwise the Chinese goods will have to cross the whole of the Pacific Ocean and whole of the Atlantic Ocean. So instead what they do is they come here to Singapore. नीचे है सिंगापुर, और ये जो बीच में आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, ये जो narrow stretch of water, we mentioned this in the past, that a narrow stretch of water that separates two land bodies but connects to water bodies is called strait. S-T-R-A-I-T, 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 strait. So it's a narrow channel of water that separates टू लैंड बॉडीज. सो यहाँ पे देखिए मलेशिया और इंडोनेशिया. ये है इंडोनेशिया का सुमात्रा आइलैंड. ओके, ये देखिए आप, ये है अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स. दिस इज अंडमान निकोबार आइलैंड्स. इंदिरा पॉइंट इज क्लोजर टू इंडोनेशिया देन इट इज टू अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया. इट्स अ फैसिनेटिंग वर्ल्ड. आई एम श्योर यू वुड फाइंड इट ग्रेटली इंटरेस्टिंग इफ यू जस्ट एक्सप्लोर इट अ बिट. डू इट माय डियर. Learning should be fun, and I believe that all of you, you're perfectly capable of doing this. You see, यहाँ पे देखो, गांव का, सॉरी, आइलैंड का नाम है पलाव. नॉट अपना पलाव, वेजिटेबल पलाव, राइस पलाव, चिकन पलाव, एरा पलाव. ओके, सो anyway, these are all islands of Indonesia. 13,000 islands. Amazing, my friends. ये रहा आपका हांगकांग. यहाँ पे ये रहा हांगकांग, ये रहा शंघाई. This is Shanghai. यहाँ पे ये देखिए, yes, this is Japan ऊपर से. So find out, this is a small country of Taiwan, which China says it's a part of us, but Taiwan says no, we are an independent country. Yeah. So we discussed all these countries in the past as well, but Brunei के बारे में लिखते हैं, सिर्फ ब्रुनाई के बारे में. चलिए लिखते हैं ब्रुनाई. एक दो पॉइंट, ज़्यादा नहीं लिखेंगे, सिर्फ एक दो पॉइंट लिखेंगे. ओके, मैं उनके राजा का नाम बताता हूँ आपको, बट उसके पहले राजधानी का नाम. प्लीज राइट ब्रुनाई डैश. द कैपिटल इज बंदर सेरी बेगावन. बंदर, BANDAR D-E-R, B-A-N-D-E-R, you can write D-A-R also. Bandar Seri, S-C-R-I, Seri. Begawan, B-E-G-A-W-A-N, Begawan, बंदर सेरी बेगावन। और वहाँ के राजा का नाम है, सुल्तान का नाम है मूडा, M-U-D-A, मूडा हसनल, H-A-S-S-A-N-A-L, हसनल बोलखिया, B-O-L-K-I-A-H, बोलखिया। मैंने पूरा नाम नहीं बताया आपको, कोई बात नहीं। Muda Hassanul Wadullah Bolkiya. Oh, he is very, very strict. Yeah. So, tiny place. Rich in oil and gas. That explains things. Next. Where is the headquarters of the National Institute of Rural Development and Panchayati Raj? It's in Hyderabad. It's in Hyderabad. हमने we've written about all these places, like these places are famous for this, that, some institute. But Chennai में we have written about Central Leather Research Institute. Let's write one more institute, Chennai only. Okay, right, Chennai. Structural engineering Research Institute, Structural Engineering Research Institute, Structural Engineering Research Institute. नेक्स्ट, लखनऊ के बारे में एक और लिखते हैं, ठीक है? इस सिर्फ दो जगह, बाकी कहीं नहीं। लखनऊ, in the past we have written Central Research Institute, अभी लिखते हैं Central Institute of Medicinal, M-E-D-I-C-I-N-A-L, Medicinal, M-E-D-I-C-I-N-A-L, Medicinal and Aromatic, A-R-O-M-A-T-I-C, Aromatic, A-R-O-M-A-T-I-C, Aromatic Plants, P-L-A-N-T-S, plants. Central Institute of Medicinal Aromatic Plants, ठीक है। Which of the following has 100% of its equity provided to the government of India? Means 100% owner of is IPPB. What is IPPB? India Post Payments Bank. Write this. India Post Payments Bank. India Post Payments Bank. India Post Payments Bank. See, this is one of the, I think, 7 payments bank. There are 7 payments banks. Yeah, I guess so. This is the 7th one, and it has one of the, see, the postal department in India is the biggest. It has the biggest number of post offices. Remember, Indian Postal Department, Indian Postal Organization has the highest number of post offices in the world. Okay. Now I want you to write one thing here. IPPB, India Post Payments Bank dash MD, oh, right, Suresh Kumar Sethi. Sometimes you'll face me, you will be making faces. Okay, I get a little, it's a one-sided talk and a bit, I shouldn't be saying this, but it's a bit tiring, if you're sitting across my, if we are in the classroom, things would be very, very different. But here it's quite different. Okay, It's fun. Sharing learning with all of you is always fun. But you know, friends, it's a bit tiring sometimes. So anyway, Suresh Kumar Sethi is the head of IPPB. You know the heads, you know these organizations, na? SBI, State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, we know DICGC, which is Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. IDRBT is the Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology, which is in Hyderabad. And in the last session, we talked about, you know, RBI subsidiaries and everything else. So we mentioned that IDRBT is a part of RBI, so is DICGC. Next, Bandhavgarh National Park is in, I think the word located is not required, because when you say in, it's already located, isn't it? Yeah. You don't say India, New Delhi is located in India. You don't have to say that. You can say New Delhi is in India. That's it. So Bandhavgarh National Park is in Madhya Pradesh. So एक काम करते हैं, about each of these places we'll write 2 national parks. ठीक है? Please write. मध्य प्रदेश, एक तो लिखा है वहाँ पे बंधवगढ़, you have one already, और दूसरा बंधवगढ़. Second, you could write plenty of national parks in Madhya Pradesh. You have Kanha, 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 Kanha National Park, Kanha National Park. Then Maharashtra, you could write Tadoba. You write 2, we said, now Maharashtra. 1, Tadoba, 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 Tadoba. And the second one is Gugamal, 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 Gugamal. Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. Right. Dachigam, 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 Dachigam. In brackets, only place where the Indian stag, the Indian Kashmiri stag, 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 is found. Okay. The second one in Kashmir after Rachigam will be Kishtwar, Kishtwar, Kishtwar. Next, Maharashtra. No, we mentioned Maharashtra. Did we mention Gugamal, Tadoba? कर्नाटका में काफ़ी हैं, 2 लिखते हैं. यह एक तो काफ़ी फेमस है, बंडीपुर, BAN, I repeat, BANDIPUR, Bandipur. It's famous for its tigers. Next, Banerghatta, BANNERGHATTA, Banerghatta, Banerghatta. Okay, केरला चलते हैं. चलिए केरला. Kerala is a very small place. See Kerala. Okay, let's write this first. Silent Valley, SILENT, Silent Valley, It's a national park, Silent Valley, and Periyar, 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 Periyar. See, Kerala में एक problem है. The population is so densely packed, but that between any two settlements, settlement one, that is town one, town two, or village one, village two, there is hardly any gap. Hardly any gap. You know, you wouldn't know. You sit in a car, you wouldn't know as a tourist where has place X ended and where has, you know, from where does place Y start. It's very difficult for outsiders to know anything like that. It's very, very different, and some people call it the no village syndrome. That is no gap syndrome. There is hardly any, you know, village. It's one big urban thing basically. But of course, there are villages, there are towns separately, known separately. So anyway, let's go past this. Which of the following is international financial institution serves as bank for central banks? The Bank for International Settlements, BIS. We discussed this, but चलिए थोड़ा नोट्स देखते हैं. रिपीट होता है कभी कभी. जब रिपीट होता है तो हम रिवाइज करेंगे. Okay? See, when the questions come to me, I don't exactly remember till I discuss this here. So, what I would want you to do is to, rather than worry about, there is a repetition of a question, you take it as an occasion to recall some information. Okay, aisa hai. What did we discuss in this session? Like that. Okay? So, which of the following international financial institutions serves as the bank for central banks? The answers mentioned there. You write just a one-line thing about BIS. Please write this. BIS dash established 1930. Established 1930. 1930. Established 1930. Next, head office. Basel, 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 comma, Switzerland, SWITZERLAND, Switzerland. And who's the head? Augustine Carson, AG, USTIN, Augustine Carson, CARTSEN, Carson, in brackets, Mexico. He's from Mexico. Yeah, he's from Mexico. Okay. About B, we've never written 1 and 2 we've never written. So write 1. US Federal Reserve. Write this. US Federal Reserve. United States Federal Reserve. Dash. Central Bank of America. Central Bank of America. India's central bank is the RBI. They call it Federal Reserve. Next. Established 1913, 1913 dash head office Washington DC, Washington, DC, Washington DC. And the governor, they call him chairman typically, Jerome Powell, JEROME, Jerome Powell, POWELL. Jerome Powell, उनके पहले Janet Allen और Janet Allen, उनके पहले Ben Bernanke और उनके पहले Alan Greenspan. He had been from Greenspan 82 से ये 4 ही अभी तक. You know, these guys are extraordinarily powerful. They've been very powerful. Powell, the moment he opens his mouth, the markets would wait for what comes from his mouth. Depending on what positive or negative news would come out of his mouth, the stock markets would go up and down. Global markets would, if America catches cold, the world sneezes. That's the world we live in today, my friends. Okay. अब हिंदुस्तान में बैंक रेट काफ़ी है और अमेरिका में कितना बैंक रेट 0.25%. हाउ मच 0.25% इज द बैंक रेट इन अमेरिका माय फ्रेंड्स. रिजर्व रखते हैं कितना पैसा देते हैं 0.1% इंटरेस्ट. 0.1% इज द इंटरेस्ट. या सो एनीवे राइट यूरोपियन सेंट्रल बैंक चॉइस 2 लीव ऑन स्पेस राइट यूरोपियन सेंट्रल बैंक. European Central Bank, right? Central Bank of the European Union. Central Bank of the European Union. Central Bank of the European Union. Dash. Established 1998. Established 1998. Next, head office Frankfurt, 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 Germany. Frankfurt, Germany. Frankfurt, Germany. It's like a financial capital of Germany, my friends. Frankfurt. Who's head, right? Chairperson or president, right? President. What's the name? Christine Lagarde. Christine, CHRISTINE. Christine Lagarde. 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 Christine Lagarde. Christine Lagarde, in brackets, France. And before she became the head of the ECB, she was the head of the IMF. Okay. And before she became the head of the IMF, she was a minister in the French Parliament, French government. Okay. From here, we mentioned 4 and 5 multiple times. So we'll not go there. Maybe in the next session I'll tell you a little about the World Bank. क्या करता है World Bank? ठीक है? Yeah. Vijayveer Sidhu is associated with which sport? Oh, he's last year he won 3 golds. That's shooting, of course. He's a shooter. And in 2019, you could write this point. 2019, India was ranked world number 1 in shooting. India was ranked world number 1 in shooting. World number 1 in shooting. India was ranked world number 1 in shooting. Next. Name the mobile app launched by the Union Ministry of Agriculture to facilitate and transport food grains and perishables during the lockdown. Kisan Rath. That's the name is obvious, but things have been pretty bad, my friends, because of the lockdown. See, when the perishables are there and there is not cold storage facilities, it means that they would just rot. If the farmer would not find if the seller would not find a good buyer, then the crop would rot. The fruits, the vegetables, they all rot, especially perishables like tomatoes, they all rot. But a little about information about India's food grain production. Okay, you like this, please. India's food grain production. India's food grain production. India's food grain production. Underline that. Food grain production. Okay, underline that. Right, first one. Total food grain production. Total food grain production. Food grain production. During 2019-20, 2019-20, in brackets, estimated. The estimates came out in February. That was the second estimate. Typically there are 4 estimates. This is the second estimate. 291 million tons. 291 million tons. 291 million tons. Next. Total food grain production. Next one. You can put detail marks if you have that kind of thing. Total food grain production in 2018-19. 2018-19 dash 285 million tons. 285. Those are 85 million tons. 285 million tons. So you need to look at this way. This year's estimated food grain production, that is last financial year, it's basically a crop season. Year 291 million tons and uske pehle 285. So it's increased because last year the monsoon was good, pretty good. Contrary to projections, expectations, things went quite well for us. So इसमें हम थोड़ा wheat का लिखते हैं, थोड़ा rice का लिखते हैं. Okay, please write. Now data for 2019. Estimated production, third point. Estimated production for 2019-20. 2019-20. Underline that. Different crops. Dash different crops. उसके नीचे point A, rice. चावल 117 million tons. 117 million ton. 117. 117. Next, wheat 106. 106 million tons. 106 million tons. Next, pulses. 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 23 million tons. 23 million ton. 23 million tons. Next, coarse. Coarse. Coarse means rough. Typically coarse means rough. Coarse or nutri cereals. Nutri. N-U-T-R-I. Nutri. Cereals. C-E-R-E-A-L-S. Cereals. C-E-R-E-A-L-S. Nutri cereals. Dash 45 million tons. 45 million tons. So 117 for rice, 106 for wheat, 23 for pulses, 45 for coarse cereals. Got it? 291 overall, and the year before that, 2018-19 में 285 था. ठीक है, ladies and gentlemen. Next one. On April 1st, 2020, which two nations marked the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties between them? 70 साल हो गए भारत और चीन के रिश्ते बने, diplomatic relations, but China is not a country you can trust. You could write China, just 2-3 points that we haven't written in the past. You could write, underline China, right? Became a republic in 1911. 1911 became a republic in 1911. Next point. Became a communist republic. Became a communist, C-O-M-M-U-N-I-S-T, communist republic in 1949. In 1949. 1949. Next, Mao became Mao, right? Pura naam लिखिए Mao Zedong, ZEDONG, MAO, Mao Zedong, ZEDONG, Mao Zedong dash leader of China between 1949. He was a de facto president. 1949 and 1976. 1976. That's the year he died. In fact, till his death, he was the president. He was the ruler. He was evil. I will tell you, I have a lot of stuff to share with you. I'll share that stuff with you. You could leave feedback if you want to know about China. Only if you would ask more than, let's say, a lot of feedback comes, like, you want to know about China. Political side, Mao and all that stuff, the economic side, I'll tell you all if you want. So unless the feedback comes, I won't tell you. Okay, I will stick to the questions. So next, I think that should be fine about China. Right, last point. Boundary line between, McMahon line, MCMOHAN, McMahon line, LINE, McMahon line dash boundary line between India and China. Boundary line between India and China, which China doesn't accept. Next. For standard accounts that avail a moratorium between 1st March and 31st May, moratorium has been announced by the government. This government has said that if you owe some bank any kind of credit card dues or bank loans, personal loans, whatever kind of loans, or you don't really want to pay in this period, for the next 3 months or so, you could call up the bank and tell them that, look, I want to postpone my payments. So current postponement is basically, moratorium means dead, they will suspend. They will suspend your payments. You don't have to pay them. But interest accumulates. Yes. People don't understand this. People, of course, there are a lot of problems that people are facing, like lack of income is one of them. But there is interest accumulation of this. Okay. For standard accounts that avail a moratorium between 1st and 1st of March and 31st of May 2020, the bank loan classification period changes to dash days from the existing 90 days, doubles 180 days. For 180 days, they won't consider. After 3 months, of course, they may say, "Bhaiya, abhi to 3 months ho gaye, pay karo." If you don't pay, they'll wait for another 3 months and then declare the loan as NPA if you don't pay even then. Okay. But I always say, if you use a credit card, pay all the entire amount on the due date. Everything else will come later. But pay the dues on credit card. Who of the following persons have jointly won the 2020 Abel Prize for their pioneering use of methods from probability and dynamics in other fields of mathematics? Honestly, math is a subject that, at least I don't understand, the teacher doesn't understand, and the answers mentioned there, Margulis and Furstenberg, I would want you to write only one line about the Abel Prize. Abel Prize dash named after Niels Abel. Its full name is Niels Henrik Abel. You write Niels, Niels, Niels Abel, A-B-E-L, Abel, comma, a mathematician from Norway. So these two guys have won, and you know what? There's something more here. The prize is, you could write one point, nicknamed Nobel Prize of Mathematics. Nobel Prize of Mathematics. You know, the prize money is about 5.5 crores or so. A lot of money now. Then become a mathematician. So, this is again a repeat question, but we could discuss two choices here. IndusInd Bank's new CEO is Sumant Katpalia, and we mentioned about IndusInd Bank that it's owned by the Hinduja Group. You could write Karnam Shekhar, just two choices. Karnam Shekhar, choice 2 देखिए वहाँ पे Karnam Shekhar dash CMD of or CEO of Indian Overseas Bank. CEO of Indian Overseas Bank. Indian Overseas Bank. Next, choice 5, Pallav Mohapatra. Pallav Mohapatra is CEO of the Central Bank of India. The Central Bank of India. The Central Bank of India. Okay. Oh, we have had a long list of these guys in the past. Map. Oh, my eyes light up when I see a map. Which two countries? Of course, I put the map there. Which two countries have conducted joint patrols on the Reunion Island for the first time? Where are the Reunion Islands? These are the Reunion Islands. You see this? Yeah. What is this? This is Madagascar. I told you the story once, this was where India was, and this part, beach mein 33 samudra tha. This is Madagascar, this is Reunion Islands. These are owned by France. Owned by France. There's hardly anything to discuss. So, directly owned by France. Just to bring in, the map is here. Okay. ये है सोमालिया. ये देखिए, ये रहा सोमालिया. इसकी बाउंड्री, इसकी जो कोस्टल लाइन है, इट्स कोस्ट लाइन इज द बिगेस्ट इन अफ्रीका. सो ये लाइन देखिए, दिस इज लैंड. यू सी दिस इज बट वेयर माय कर्सर इज, दिस इज ओके, जस्ट बिलो इट. यू सी दिस इज द वेरी थिन स्ट्रेच ऑफ लैंड दैट कनेक्ट्स अफ्रीका विद एशिया एंड यू कुड से यूरोप. ऊपर यहाँ से indirectly, but Asia, ये है पूरा Asia. So in the past, in the 19th century, the European ships, European colonial masters, France, India, Britain, all these countries, Indonesia here, they found it very tough to navigate through the Atlantic Ocean, taking raw materials from all these places from here, and then carrying finished goods from Europe to these places. It would take a lot of time to move the army, the navy, the raw materials, the finished goods, all that stuff. So Britain got tired of this. Britain said, "Kuch karte hain." So what Britain did was this. You see, this is the Red Sea. Yeah, Red Sea. ये है Red Sea. ये है Egypt. This one is Egypt. The Libya. ये सऊदी अरेबिया है. यहाँ पे है इजराइल. ये छोटा सा यहाँ पे ये रहा. लेकिन this narrow stretch of land, they drilled, एकदम कट कर दिया उसको. एक क्या बोलते हैं उसको, एक कैनाल बनाई वहाँ पे. They cut the land, and what was the purpose? To connect the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. You see, this is the Mediterranean Sea. So they cut this land and they turned this into a canal called the Suez Canal. SUEZ. Suez Canal, was created between 1867 and 1869. In fact, you could say the last second half of the 1860s decade. तो क्या हुआ? फिर ships यहाँ से जाने लगे, आने लगे, and they shortened the time taken by European naval ships to move between their colonies and homelands. So this accelerated the pace of exploitation of the colonies. Well, you can always look at it that way. That's the right thing actually. ठीक है, ये है स्पेन. ये पोर्चुगल, फ्रांस, इटली, टर्की, दिस इज इराक, ईरान, अफगानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान, ये है सीरिया, ये रहा सीरिया, ये है तुर्की, ओके। यहाँ पे छोटा देश है लेबनान, ये है जॉर्डन, सऊदी अरेबिया, यमन, ओमान, यूएई, यहाँ पे कतर, उसके पास में छोटा दिखते भी ऐसे मैप में नहीं दिख रहा है, बहरीन, ये है अफगानिस्तान, तुर्कमेनिस्तान, तजिकिस्तान, ये है दिस इज तजिकिस्तान, दिस इज किर्गिस्तान, ये है उज्बेकिस्तान, ये कजाकिस्तान, काफ़ी बड़ा है, ये मंगोलिया। सो एनीवे, plenty to discuss, plenty to learn. This is called Sub-Sahara Africa. ये पूरा जो है यहाँ पे, this you see my friends, this is Africa's Sahara Desert area. Okay, when the Europeans came here, they didn't find anything to fight over, so they said, okay, let's take this map. Okay, let's start fight. Let's draw the lines. So there are two lines, straight lines. You see these straight lines? Because it's all desert, nothing to fight over. But when they came here, they fought over what? Over equatorial forest. Forest produced wood and everything, plus the people who lived here, the black, the Negritos, and they were taken, bound as slaves and taken away. That's why you find, whenever the Europeans came, they fought among themselves for whatever they could occupy. They drew zigzag lines. They छोटे छोटे देश हैं, Togo, Benin, Ghana, all these small countries. So it's a very sad story. Some other time, yeah. Which of the following has acquired 67% stake of the government of India in the Kamarajar port for 2,400 crore? Chennai Port Trust is the owner of a port called Ennore Port, ENNORE. In the past, we have taken this list of, I don't know which test session, we have taken a list of India's 12 major ports. If not, I'll bring this in the first 10 minutes of the next class. Okay, guys? ये जो है कामराजर पोर्ट, you could write this, also previously called Ennore Port Trust, Ennore, ENNORE, Ennore Port Trust, ENNORE, Ennore Port Trust. Okay, Ennore Port Trust is a major port, my friends. Mundra is a private port in Gujarat. Haldia is basically Calcutta. Okay, Mundra, Gujarat. Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust, where is it? It's Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust is in Mumbai. So first one is in Mumbai, second one is in West Bengal, third one, of course, you would know, fourth one is in Gujarat. Which country has launched the sixth and final advanced, extremely high frequency military communication satellite in the Earth's orbit? The United States. Not much to discuss here, but yeah, I think the Russian space agency is called Roscosmos. 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 Okay. Japan, JAXA, JAXA dash Japan Aerospace Exploration, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Well, India has been ranked dash in the KPMG's 2020 Global Technology Industries Innovation Survey. Joint second. You could write KPMG Global Technology Industry Innovation Survey. Write the title. Underline that. First point. Best countries, best nations for birth, BIRT, for creation of disruptive technology, DISRUPTIVE, disruptive technology. disruptive technology, underline that. ठीक है, उसके नीचे लिखते हैं रैंक्स टॉप 5. Rank 1 US, joint second India and China, joint fourth, so third place is gone now, joint fourth Japan and UK. Identify the chess player who extended his unbeaten run to about 11 successive classical games, breaking the no-game streak set by Sergei Diakov in 2005. Magnus Carlsen. He is a current world champion. He is from Norway. Magnus Carlsen dash Norway. Write that. Magnus Carlsen dash Norway dash world champion since 2013. I think he is world number 1 since 2013. He is considered the greatest chess player, my friends. Going by his ELO rating, जो chess में rating होती है points के हिसाब से, उसको ELO rating बोलते हैं, ELO rating. Okay. Going by that rating, he has a current rating of 2882, and that's considered the highest in the history of the sport. I will not discuss the choices. As per the National Council for Applied Economic Research, what is that? National Council for Applied Economic Research, that is the full form of NCAER. National Council for Applied Economic Research. Land Records and Services Index, which is otherwise called NLRSI, which is the best performing state in terms of digitizing land records. Madhya Pradesh. Second one is Odisha. You write the top 5 ranks. You write this. NR, you write this index name. 2020 dash digitizing land records. See, digitizing land records would make for fewer, litigations, fewer cases. There is clarity of title, no? किसकी जमीन, किसके नाम, सब कुछ clarity है, no? Clarity बहुत होती है उसमें. कोई गलती से हस्ताक्षर कर ले, signatures कर ले, fraud कर ले, कब्जा कर ले, नहीं हो सकता. So, number 1 is Madhya Pradesh, rank 1 Madhya Pradesh. Number 2, Odisha. Number 3, Maharashtra. Number 4, Chhattisgarh. Number 5, Telangana. Number 5, Tamil Nadu. So Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, 4, Chhattisgarh, 5, Tamil Nadu. Which of the following institutions has recently listed its 10-year masala bonds? We discuss all these kinds of bonds. Yes. Worth 850 crores on the global debt listing platform of India International Exchange, INX. This is the Asian Development Bank, and we discuss all these banks also. So what we are going to discuss is only the INX thing. Please write INX. मैं रिपीट नहीं करना चाहता कोई सी भी चीज़ को, बहुत रिपीट कर चुके हम. So write INX, underline INX. Right, first point. Established 2017. Next, subsidiary of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. Subsidiary of BSE. Next, India's first international exchange. India's first international exchange in international financial services, International Financial Services Center, IFS. IFSC. International Financial Services Center, IFSC. In brackets, IFSC, SC. Last point. Located at Gujarat International Finance, FINANCE, Finance hyphen Tech, TEC, Tech, in brackets, gift. Gujarat International Finance Tech, in brackets, gift. Last में city, CITY, city. ठीक है? This is the ILX, my friends. Oh, we've been discussing a lot of stuff here. I think this is the last question. Muhammad Hosni Mubarak, who died recently, was the former president of, he was the dictator, Tana Shah. He ruled Egypt between 1981 and 2011. 30 years he ruled Egypt with an iron fist. I've written extensively on these guys, my friends. It was a Badmash, Tana Shah. So Hosni Mubarak ruled Egypt between 1981 and 2011. Okay, he's dead. So एक काम करते हैं, एक दो देशों के बारे में लिखते हैं. नाइजीरिया हम 10 बार लिख चुके होंगे. So right, Egypt dash Cairo, CAIRO, Cairo dash the president's name is Abdel Fattah, Abdel, ABDEL, I repeat, ABDEL, Abdel Fattah, FATEH, Fattah, Abdel Fattah, LELL hyphen CC, SISI, Abdel Fattah LCC, Abdel Fattah LCC. He is the guy who came in, replacing another democratically elected leader called Mohamed Morsi. Don't worry, it's a long story, cut it short. This LCC is the former chief of the Egyptian army. Anyway, Syria, leave online space, right? Syria. Currency लिखना है ना, Egypt की currency है pound, Egyptian pound, or simply write pound, 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 and Syria dash capital is Damascus, 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 and the president is Bashar al-Assad, Bashar, BASHAR, Bashar al dash Assad, ASSED, Assad, Bashar al-Assad dash pound, POUND. It's a Syrian pound, my friends. Pound, POUND, pound. एक और लास्ट कंट्री लिखते हैं. सोमालिया के बारे में तो लिख चुके हैं, नाइजीरिया लिख चुके हैं, इवन टर्की भी रिटर्न. पर चलिए कोई बात नहीं, टर्की रिपीट करते हैं. टर्की, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कंट्री फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. टर्की, तुर्की भी कहते हैं हिंदी में. तुर्की, जो यहाँ के लोग होते हैं उनको तुर्क कहते हैं. ओके, टर्की dash the capital is Ankara, 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 Ankara dash the leader's name is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. You simply write Recep Erdogan, RECEP, Recep Erdogan, 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 Recep Erdogan, ERDOGAN. ERDOGN. Currency lira, LIRA, lira. Currency is lira. How many questions? This is the last one. Which is the first Indian club to secure a berth in the group stage of the AFC, Asian Football Championship Football Confederation Champions League, Asia's top tier club football club Goa, FC Goa. We haven't been doing well in football. As a country, we are ranked, I think, around 108 or 110 something. I'm not very sure, but around 110 something. So we are not a great football player power, but once upon a time we were Asian champions in football, and we were also we had qualified for the World Cup in 1950 sometime. But anyway, that's about it, my friends. Thanks for being here. I hope you learned a few good things. And if you would want to learn more, please share your feedback. We'll definitely bring up things that would impact your selection. Thank you for being here. Thank you, and stay curious, my friends. Thank you.